That. As I was saying, we're back with some more Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X. Time of recording is 12:09 a.m. Monday, June 9th, 2024. Excuse me. Sorry about the lack of content this week, folks. It's been a particularly interesting week to say the least. On top of that, the weather for us Bible Belt folks was particularly interesting to the local networks, to say the least. But we are back, and in red and black, as you can see. When we last left off, we got ourselves an irritatingly healthy, quote unquote, introduction to the Spec Ops system, the side mission system, rather, for Mass Effect 3. Took a little longer than we would have liked. Of course, that was after we had finished our journey around the Citadel. And now we're just in the process of progressing the story onward. Seems we've got a mission to Eden Prime to collect some sort of Prothean artifact. Cerberus seems to have his eye on it. So naturally, we want it. So if you folks like what you see and want to see more of me as we try and figure out whatever that is, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my Discord. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. Go ahead and give you folks the Eden Prime journal entry, dossier, blurb, as it were, whichever word fits you folks. Okay. Huh. Okay. Sorry, folks, was just debating something. But that's alright. Since we've only got the 2 squad mates, 'tis what it is. Good. High caliber barrel. And the shotgun shredder mod. Allows bullets to pierce .25 meter thick objects, but at a 60% reduced damage. Ignores 25% of defenses on armored targets. So now his shotgun has armor pen. Can't wait to get that for the rest of my gear. Now, I may have mentioned it last episode, I'm not sure, but I don't think weight affects your teammates. Weight still shows up for the weapons information, but you don't see any information based on weight on your characters or on your teammates. You do on yourself, though, naturally. Those are the only mods I have? Yep. Alright.
Eden Prime. This is where it all began.
Indeed.
Where the Prothean beacon gave you the vision that warned us about the Reapers.
And where you went up against Saren and the Geth for the first time, no?
Yes. And now, with Cerberus here, Eden Prime's colonists are under attack again.
Seems like more than just 3 years ago. How bad? A lot of dead civilians. Lost one of my men, Jenkins, to a Geth drone. Reports said Saren had bombs set up to wipe out the whole colony. Not on my watch. Damn straight, loco.
Cerberus hit Eden Prime hard. Whatever they found here was worth a major offensive. There are survivors elsewhere on the colony, but they killed everyone near the dig site.
Shocker.
They deserve better.
I know. The Alliance did what it could to evacuate colonists, but Cerberus came in so quickly.
If we find survivors, we'll do what we can. What about this artifact? Is it part of the Prothean device we found on Mars?
The Alliance didn't get any specifics about what Cerberus has uncovered. But whatever it is, it's better off with us than with Cerberus.
I'm bringing you in as close to the dig site as I can. No way we'll avoid detection, but you should have a few minutes.
Appreciate it.
All part of the service, Commander.
All right, everyone. Get ready to move.
With luck, we can get to the dig site before Cerberus knows we're here.
Sorry to blue ball you folks like this, but I need just a moment.
Survivors. Come on, we need to find the dig site.
Alright, folks, sorry about that.
This was a beautiful colony once.
They came back after the Geth attack. They'll come back from this.
The city on Earth where I grew up was hard and dirty. I can see it as a war zone. Eden Prime doesn't deserve this.
No, nobody does. But they'll be stronger for it.
There it is. There it is. Okay, folks. Let me see.
Understood. On it.
All right.
Understood.
Okay. I'm glad this game don't play like Dead Space.
I will.
You reload, you waste ammo. So you better use everything you got. You just wanted to see where we were level up wise. If you have full heals, you'll pick up XP instead. Processing update. We've taken more able-bodied men and women from pacified neighborhoods. The colonists generally have accepted the story that they have gone to perform tedious but safe manual labor in the Cerberus research camp on the other side of the planet. And when we increase food rations as payment for the work, most of the complaints died down. Maintain the story as long as possible. We don't have the manpower to fight the entire colony. And if these families knew they were never going to see their sons and daughters again, there's no way they'd cooperate. Most definitely. At least you know your demographic.
Shepard, this Cerberus data could help the colonists still alive on other parts of Eden Prime.
How?
I can get this intel to Eden Prime's resistance. Maybe it will help them fight back against Cerberus.
Alright, there we go.
There. That's the elevator that leads down into the dig site.
Huh.
Look at that. Bits of Prothean tech sticking out of the ground like an old bone.
Hey, Liara, you ever find dinosaurs while you're digging around?
No. Dinosaurs and other fossils would be paleontology. I'm an archaeologist. I study artifacts left by sapient species. The two fields are completely different, and... you were joking.
Hey, I just like dinosaurs.
Yeah. We all like dinosaurs, buddy. And the good Joker 3. So what do we got, Liara?
Goddess, that doesn't seem possible. It's not a Prothean artifact, it's... a Prothean.
You mean a collector? Those things the Reapers turn the Protheans into?
No, an original unmodified Prothean who's still alive.
You're right. That doesn't sound possible.
You saw Prothean stasis chambers in the archives on Ilos. The only reason those failed was a lack of power. Cerberus found this in an underground bunker. It still has power. He's been in stasis for the past 50,000 years, waiting for us. Think of what we could learn.
That brain of yours must be bouncing inside your skull.
What can you tell me about the Protheans? The people, not the technology.
Given your experience with the Prothean cipher, you probably know as much about them as I do. The Prothean empires spanned the known galaxy. They uplifted countless other species to help them join the galactic community.
Uplifted, huh? Like when the Solarians helped the Krogan to evolve a little faster.
Yes. Judging by the dig sites like the Prothean Archive on Mars or here on Eden Prime, the Protheans wanted other species to learn. It's clear that they prized knowledge, growth, and cooperation with the rest of the galaxy.
A lot of weight you're putting on people you know nothing about or their circumstances based on the history you found. What you have is a snapshot. For all you know, this was one moment in time for these people. Or it was these people. A lot of anthropomorphization here.
They had an empire that spanned the entire galaxy. It's unlikely they did that just by playing nice.
Of course. They must have had an impressive military as well. Whatever the Protheans were, finding one alive represents an incredible opportunity.
Yes. Yes, it does. My nerd sense is tingling. And I know yours has been going off ever since you woke up, so...
Good thing we brought our Prothean expert.
I hope I can help. If this single Prothean was sent into stasis, he could be the foremost scientist of his time, or perhaps the wisest counselor. Cerberus damaged the life pod when they excavated it. The life signs are unstable.
Then let's get him out of there.
No, breaking open the pod would kill him. We have to find the command signal that ends the stasis mode. We also need to figure out how to physically open the pod without doing more damage. Cerberus took over the labs nearby to research what they found at the dig site. That's likely our best bet.
Well, company.
Heads up!
Vega, if we didn't see that, we are in so much trouble. Oh, okay. Yep. Yes, sir. Do it now. Still in its range. I was hoping I was on enough of its side.
All right,
No.
let's get moving before more of them come back.
I'm gonna roll out of the way, ha. Hey, it worked before, it has to work again. He won't see this coming. Troop deployment update. Local resistance is heavy in the south and west sections of the colony. We pulled most of our troops from the north neighborhoods to assist. Our remaining troops in the north neighborhood continue standard patrol activities to maintain the illusion of a large presence in that area. If the locals knew we were understaffed, they could do some serious damage. Oh, bring on the kneecapping.
More intel to help the colonists. The more we find, the better chance they'll have.
Cool. Alright. Like, hold on, where am I? I'm just at the opposite side of the house. Okay. I guess I wanted her to be on that wall. Yeah, ride that wall, Yara. You can do it. I believe in you.
Got it!
Now, you notice the panel on his back, the engineer. That's the turret that they can set down. But it's also the system that they use to repair the turret if need be. The reason why I mention it, you blow it up, you can kill the engineer pretty quickly. But his back is turned, so. Oh, looks like it got blew up anyway. That is hilarious. Bad throw. Bye now.
Affirmative.
Where is that turret at? Oh, front and center. Haha. They don't want to keep going.
Affirmative.
Look at you.
I'm on it.
Affirmative.
You know, you can step out from back there.
I'm on it.
You're gonna die. You might as well get this over with. All right. I guess I got him with that. All right, we're done with that. No, no, no. Don't feel like you got to chip in now. Get comfortable. Your boy just been sitting here. Don't even feel like you need to help him.
There. That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Now, the way they do bypass in this game is different than the way they do it in the first two games. You don't really do anything. Like literally, you just hit the button. And you wait. You just hit it and wait.
On it.
That double gesture that he does, that's just him. Has nothing to do with me. Hold up. It's gonna be a bit of a bit before I level up again. No, you still get XP. Forgot that.
I will.
Let's go, let's go. Put your foot on the pedal.
Victory! Seal the bunker! Acknowledged. How many have we lost?
Reaper forces have destroyed approximately 300,000 life pods.
Third of our people.
Alert! North side bulkhead cannot be sealed. Hostiles detected.
Then all forces to the north.
I think I can duplicate that to open the life pod.
You understood that?
You didn't?
No. All I saw was static. Cerberus was trying to make sense of it without success. The Prothean cipher you received on Pharaohs, it lets you see the images as a Prothean would and understand their language.
Whatever it does, I saw the video. And how they sealed the life pods.
Perfect. Then we just need the signal they used to activate stasis mode.
And you still saw static. I saw a whole scene. I saw memories. I saw conversations and death. And you saw that. God. Talk about spreading some form of mind control or whatever. That's called 300 over at least 300,000. That's 300,000 that could have been fighting, but chose to sleep to try and come to the future. 300,000 that might have bought other Protheans time to do whatever, like maybe even time for Ilos. We know Ilos' records were wiped from the, from Galactic Record. We know they were. They were stated in the first game. Ilos was kind of a secret anyway, and it was reinforced more so as a secret. Caught these people at a real bad time. I feel like I have missed something. I'll mark that just in case.
They were gunned down while having drinks and watching the game.
Son of a bitch, this was somebody's home.
Alright, Liara, go ahead and run out into that hodgepodge. Good luck. Well, that University of Ceres degree didn't really take you too much farther, did it? Good lord. Of course she's dead. Because why not? Oh, well, that explains that problem. Whoa, I said down. Not stand back up. Come on now. Cut it out. Try that now, bitch. Now, I don't know if it actually teaches you or not, but Liara's not permanently down. If I can get over there to her, I can revive her without having to use Unity to do it. Thing is, I can't. Well, things are getting bad. I'm almost out of ammo around here. Okay. Thought I still had some space. That's alright. Deal with that.
As you wish. Of course.
Yeah, I know I didn't see it blow over there. Sorry about that. I knew I wasn't hallucinating.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as long as we tracking.
Got it.
They were gunned down while having drinks and watching the game.
Son of a bitch, this was somebody.
Okay. Oh.
Got it. Got it.
Christ. Still? Damn. Y'all just gonna let him run up on me like this, huh? Nothing like that pre-dodge.
I'm on it.
Well, I mean, y'all should be on something. Y'all have been effectively useless this whole time. I hate this particular area. Even in the original game, it was like this in this area.
I'm on it.
There.
Ugh.
That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to find the stasis deactivation signal.
Yo, why don't you give me a minute? We could talk about what is and ain't being found around here. Simple but impressive. Yeah, I think I missed something somewhere. Let me run through here real quick. Ah, there you are. Resistance information update. We've gotten word from our source within Eden Prime's resistance movement that we can expect an attack on our security center between 2200 and 2300 tomorrow night. They're pulling in forces from across the colony. This gives us the perfect chance to destroy their leadership. Once the attack is contained, allow Dr. William Cambiata to escape, firing near-miss shots to keep it realistic. He's given us good information, and with luck, the locals will see him as a daring hero and the only man to escape the Cerberus trap. They may even put him in charge.
Perfect. This intel will give Eden Prime's resistance movement a real chance to push Cerberus out of their colony.
Good. Good. I hate using medkits. It upsets me.
Understood.
And the reveal.
I never thought our empire would fall. It won't. We will
about
sleep
that?
here until the Reapers return to dark space. Then we will rise, 1,000,000 strong. For the Empire. For the Empire. Get to your stasis pod. Victory. Broadcast the stasis readiness signal to all life pods.
And the refugees who have yet to reach the bunker.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire.
You understood that one too?
Yeah. I've got the signal the Protheans used to activate stasis mode.
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod.
Son of a bitch. Hold up. Was that...
Yeah.
If I'm remembering right, when you level up in this game... Okay. So, yeah. That's... Well, hold on. Because there's a few things I found. When you level up in this game, if I'm remembering correctly, you, heal. You have in the last couple of games. Well, it didn't really matter in the second one. Yeah. Now, what were those places that had that money? Yeah, there's one. Alright. Yeah.
Perfect. This intel will give Eden Prime's resistance movement a real chance to push Cerberus out of their colony.
Alright. So it was later on. Right. Did I get everything from here? Yes, I did. Could have swore there was a health pack in here. On top of that one. Guess not. Don't know what I'm remembering. Recently saw this video. Don't know why she made it or whatever. This woman, she looks attractive. It's hard to say if that's really what she looks like. She looks like she does cosplay a lot. So she tosses up this question in a few images of herself dressed in different outfits. If you come across me randomly in the forest, would you fall in love with me? No, dear, no. All I see is lost kidneys and some ritual that takes place every 300 years or something. I'm good. Come to find out, quite a few had the same sentiment. Okay, let's see what happens. I think I can skip this, but I'm not sure. Okay, not as much skipping as I would like, indeed.
I never thought our empire would fall.
Nope, no skipping.
We will sleep here until the Reapers return to dock space. Then we will rise, 1,000,000 strong. For the Empire. For the Empire. Get to your stasis pod. Victory. Broadcast the stasis readiness signal to all life pods.
And the refugees who have yet to reach the bunker.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire.
You understood that one too?
Yeah. I've got the signal the Protheans use to activate stasis mode.
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod.
No, it didn't heal me. But does it require me to use my points, or did it just not heal me? Period. That would be weird if that's the case, that it needs me to use my points. And I have nothing I'd really throw points into. So, it was a wasted venture. At least for me. Sure, we'll hold off on his points. Go ahead and upgrade her warp. Might as well. That not need, so. Won't let me save.
Backup forces are here.
Yep. And backup forces are over there. Vega, no shields? Went right straight through him. Cool. Damn it. I was hoping to get that shut down before he got it started. Holy moly donut shop.
I'm on it. Roger that.
Almost missed him. Lit up like Jamaica. Shubba.
Yep.
Oh. It's just Oh, that's what we doing? You're gonna regret that. Hold that for me. Thank you. Bag. If they're smart, they'll flank me, but yeah. Good Lord. That's why, huh, Liara? Wondered where you were. Hate the lack of shoulder swap. Thank God they dealt with that problem. Oh, interesting. Locked him in T-pose. Petrificus totalis. No.
You bet.
No. Wasn't there? I could swear. Yeah, that's alright. I'll just go get ammo. So, Shep, you think you can do the thing that nobody else saw? Hey. Yeah, sure. You do? I didn't see anything though. Yeah, I know. I just sat and watched me a nice little 145-minute movie. 145 minutes?
We have to find another way across.
Oh yeah, it was riveting. Protheans, collectors. It works. Green weapons, green biotics. Imagine that. You know, thinking about it, it makes you wonder if there's a pure connection, like if the green is stronger or weaker or something. Something that requires a bit of research. Harumph. Let's go, Liara.
I'm transmitting the signal.
Perfect. It'll take a few moments for the life pod to process it.
Hold your ground.
Lots of bogeys
Understood.
inbound, Commander. We'll have to hold this position.
You see, you say that.
Roger that.
Oh.
Here they come.
And that's why you're dead. Yes, you did just see me lay an area trap. Yes, that kind of thinking does matter in this game. Caught some of that back blast. That's funny. Oh, y'all are just... Oh, you're glitching. I hate that. Uh-oh, sounds like someone fell for the trap. Oh, looks like it wore off. That's alright. I've got another one. Alright, I'll just do it again. Well, it's interesting if this was the real Mass Effect kind of universe, like the in lore universe. I wouldn't be able to.
I could use an ice pack.
I wouldn't be able to pop off with biotics
Has
like
the
I
life
do.
pod entered stasis mode?
We're almost there.
That requires
traverse the
juice.
fly cache in the building next door.
I can
This
lay down
area.
a singularity to block enemy access.
Well, like I said, a viable strategy. This area, though, is what they're talking about with the supplies. Okay, sure. Boom, bam. So how you folks liking the introduction to the first Atlas mech, huh? Pretty cool, huh? I'm gonna kill it. Oh, game. Let me dodge. What are you doing here? Ooh. Somebody's calling my name. Did you even do what I asked you to do, Vega? You did. What happened here?
Yeah. Roger that. I'm on it.
Its back is turned. Woo! Takes me back to the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer days. Outnumbered and outgunned. Oh, the damn shields are coming back up. At least the ammo I'm using is designed to deal with barriers, shields. Shut up. Shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can definitely hide from me. You can do it. In case you're wondering, yeah, you can break a canopy, but you gotta hit it pretty hard. Usually you want a sniper rifle or something like that. Can you do it with a pistol? No idea. Alright, I'm bone dry. Ain't gonna matter though, I still got the juice. Goodbye now.
Lifepod now. As you wish.
All that dying you two did.
There, you've got it. Goddess. It may take him some time to fully regain consciousness.
Fine time for audio issues.
Be careful, he's confused. Remember, it's been 50,000 years for us, but for him, it's only been...
A few minutes!
No. The bunker is falling. There is no other option.
There are pods online! Those soldiers are still alive!
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire. Preparing neutron bombardment. Get to your life pod now. Neutron bombardment underway. The bunker is secure. Commander Traffic.
What is left of it? A few hundred people. How am I to rebuild an empire from that?
Further adjustments may be necessary. The neutron purge compromised the facility.
Clarify.
Sensors are damaged. Automated reactivation is not an option. You will remain in stasis until a new culture discovers this bunker. This may lead to a power shortage.
Do not shut off more pods! I need the few that are left!
Power leads will be triaged appropriately. You will be the voice of our people.
I will be more than that. How many others?
Just you. can understand me?
Yes. Now that I have read your physiology, your nervous system, enough to understand your language.
So you were reading me while I was seeing...
Our last moments. Our failure.
Don't know what was up with that. Even after disconnecting my mic, the audio was still tripping. That whole scene. But we finally got our answers. He understands us because he was connected to us while we were learning his history. And then we learned that there were going to be more, but of course there were more power shortages. And he's the last one, apparently. So, there that is. And in the end, it wasn't a failure, because, well, we still remain. Your scientists, or whatever they were, managed to buy this cycle time.
Your people did everything they could. They never gave up. And I could use some of that commitment now.
Shepard, whatever you did got Cerberus interested.
Asari. Human. I'm surrounded by primitives.
It's not safe here. Will you join us?
You fight the Reapers?
Yes.
Then you will see.
He has no idea what that means.
A living Prothean.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
I'm on my way.
All right, here we go.
What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
Once again, you making a lot of assumptions. You're putting a lot of weight on this. I think we will be fine, especially considering what we've seen, or at least fine enough. But you are attributing far too much to these people, and you know nothing about any of them truly. All you know is what the history books say, and most of that is what you would feel you should attribute to it.
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem.
Like I said, from what we've
Will
seen.
That depends on you. I can sense fear in you, anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. about all? Our destruction, our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the device. We're going to build it.
Device?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst?
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist. Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
That's flawed logic. If they're your enemies, it's just one thing. It's unfortunate, but that's how it would end up going. But if they don't want to fight this battle with you, that doesn't mean that they deserve to be casualties. You make it sound as if they don't want to join you, you'll throw them straight into the enemy to buy yourself time. That may not be what he means, but it's very much what it sounds like. Plus, it's the classic argument, just like from the last game. Or not from the last game, from this one. People, it was the two guards who were up on the Normandy's, near the Normandy's communications area, right next to the bridge. One was talking about getting payback against all of the species who sat back, while the other races bled across the galaxy, saving them. In her mind, it made perfect sense to get some get back. It's just dumb mentality, dumb emotional mentality. And our teammate basically told her that.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dried.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
I do.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters. This silence is your answer.
We found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the device?
No. It contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. What do you wish to know?
Not surprising. Called us primitives and all of that. Considers most species to be not necessarily beneath them, but less evolved.
What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
And fragments of what you lost. Interesting. Probably too much to look at.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem with looking the same and acting the same. Sure, if your ally falls, then their resources can become your resources. You fall, your resources can become theirs. We all use the same equipment, so we all know what to do, right? But what happens if the enemy makes that equipment, those tactics, useless? How long will it take for you to adapt? How much time do you have? Not much time at all, depending on the conflict. It's crazy. Some fights can go on for hours, days. But if you get the right circumstances, they can last minutes or even seconds.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No, but they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
It can be true in some cases, but that only proves my earlier statement and disproves yours. Those who fight my enemies, who have my cause, are my ally. Those who aren't are casualties. You literally just proved why it is that costs you. Entire worlds sacrificed to slow the Reapers down, and you didn't even keep track of refugees. And if you did, how hard was it to keep track of refugees? Okay, I need your name, and I need your social information, and now I need to make sure that you're the exact one person that should be in this group instead of the other 1,200 of you from different worlds with different names or different planets with the same name and all of this. Then I need to make sure you're not indoctrinated, and then you're not indoctrinated even though you managed to escape that colony that was really indoctrinated. Oh, and that's 12,000 that escaped that colony that wasn't actually indoctrinated, so maybe you'll be just fine. And then here we go. Your own people were indoctrinated. You set yourself up for that, man.
Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
Sorry about that. It's not surprising. The left hand got knocked out and couldn't tell what the right hand was doing. Or more like got cut off. left to wriggle on the ground.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
It is useful and impressive. I'll take conversation though. Stay out of my brains. I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I don't care if what's in my head is information that'll propel humanity to Star Trek levels and beyond, or just my favorite recipe of chicken noodle soup that's literally all over the internet. It's in my head. It's in my home. It's in my private spaces. Leave my spaces alone. You don't have access unless I allow it. Odds are I'm not gonna be allowing it. So kick rocks.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Yeah, that's usually how extinctions tend to go. It's not surprising now, though, that they were able to convey their ability over to technology. Just think in terms of like a completely broad concept, right? If you put, say, blood on a stone, right? Sure, that's blood on a stone, but that's DNA, that's information on a stone. It stands to reason they would find some way of doing the same thing through sweat, pheromones, or whatever, and then imparting it into technology. Makes you wonder if it was all just technology or if they actually imparted it to like basic stuff. Stone, toys. Oh, wow, I didn't think about that. Think about imparting a set of memory to like a kid's toy for your kids or something. A good memory. Think about the amount of people who will outright set up horror toys to mess with people's kids. Jesus.
So could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
Yeah, most with sense would give him a wide berth.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
Well, if that wasn't a way to start your very first day.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
Like I said, you put a lot on these people from one perspective that you like, and that's all she wrote. You know nothing about the people themselves, and you don't know anything about their ways of thinking at the time that they had them. You could kind of tell that this was the case, at least to an extent, with how he spoke earlier. The subject races fell to pieces, excuse me, once the Reapers figured out our tactics, and we didn't have the ability to adapt.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished, and if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried, none succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a time. The Metacon War. We were turning the tide. Until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago, in ways we could never imagine.
They were being smart about it, but like the Quarians, they chose to attack AI that was already AI instead of shut it down before it became AI, of course. And then they found, so they were fighting the Metacon War, and then the Reapers showed up during that war. So the entire galaxy was already bleeding, and then here comes the Reapers. Yep. You say, oh, you youngsters decided to get it started without us. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me grab my grill.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
It would have worked. Power, knowledge, advanced starship technology. Jesus, they would have had potentially 50,000 years to teach about the Reapers. Because, like, it's hard to say, like, okay, if memory serves, the data we found in the first game said that the Reapers didn't stop for, what, 2-3 centuries? Just searching around, making sure there was no traces, as well as Protheans making sure there was outright no traces of previous races having been brought down, or previous races having been using the Citadel and Mass Effect technology, which we know is at least Reaper technology currently. Whether it's more or not, can't say, who knows. And then who knows if they would have been able to properly prepare for it. It makes you wonder if such a thing would have actually happened before. Did they have the chance, did other races have the chance to do something like this and succeed? Did they manage to push themselves forward into other cycles? Did they manage to create defenses? Are some of the species that we see iterations of other species? Like, did humanity pop up at one point, push ourselves forward through the cycle, and then sort of get primitive again for some reason, or the Drell, the Hanar, the Protheans, the Solarians? Like, is this the first instance of such a thing almost succeeding? Because the only problem they had is that they got found out, and because they got found out, power systems were being destroyed, pods were being destroyed.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you. I think.
I don't know why you're insulted by that. Excuse me. At the time, we were primitive, and they wanted to make sure that we were perceived exactly as we were. Nothing wrong with being primitive, so long as you don't remain primitive. We haven't. Primitive people don't build starships. Simple. Don't be insulted. That bought us time. And now, we can put foot to ass for our galaxy.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies. Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik, though I still need time to recover. The shock has not worn off yet.
I understand. This must be a hell of an experience for you. We're just glad to have you aboard, Javik.
And there we go, children. New squad mate. And a new weapon type, particle rifle. And yes, we can get that weapon. And yeah, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Legitimately. You can't blame him for feeling like that. The Solarian people evolved, the lizard people evolved. They used to eat flies. I mean, for him, this was last week. Literally, for him, this was last week. If it's even been that long. So it's not at all surprising that he's going through quite a bit of a culture shock, a future shock, a past shock. And then he's kind of having to calm down right now. Yeah, we have ourselves a battle, but he's having to calm down right now because he's not on a battlefield. He's fighting the Reapers again, but it's a calmer point. It's early, real early in the game, quote unquote.
So much has been lost. So much has changed. And yet the Reapers are still here.
Indeed.
For me, it was only yesterday. Our empire spanned the galaxy. Now we are only a myth.
And when they say yesterday, he might literally mean it.
I'm recovering my strength. I will be ready soon.
Good. We will need you.
I require more time for the stasis to wear off.
It makes me wonder if all Protheans are biotic. All Asari are biotic, so...
I require more time for the stasis to wear off.
Well, as curious as Liara was, that last statement of his, yeah, that seemed to kind of put her off kilter. I remember when they used to eat flies. He was, yep, time to go. So, we solved Eden Prime's problem to an extent.
Newest crew member.
You mean the biggest story in 50,000 years that I can in no way talk about?
So yeah, I've seen him. Just wondering.
Interesting. I can understand why she couldn't talk about it though. It is extremely classified, not to mention the way the situation is going. What you'd gain, what you lose. Nah, it'd be problematic. And he doesn't know anything about this galaxy as it is. Best not to have him running around where everybody knows he exists. Not yet. Slow it down, slow it down. Let's let him get his bearings a little bit before we swarm him with people. Kind of hesitant to go to certain places because in the end it's gonna start long conversations. Rather not do that until we're in long conversation mode once again.
How are you, Commander?
Chillin'.
How are you, Commander?
Dr. Ava Corey is still where we last left her. But, yeah. It's gonna be the end of episode 4 of Mass Effect 3's Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X, folks. If you folks like what you see and want to see more of me, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. Follow the links from my Discord, my Twitch to get to my Discord, excuse me. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. Oh, it's like Shepard's trying to access his inner Tsushima. Thank y'all for stopping through.